Okay, it's time for another game of League of Legends. Wait, no, I'm just kidding. Legends of the Five Rings. And I am Crane. Am I gonna go first or second? Let's see. Um, I want to be second player. Turns of position. Done. Dragon, that's annoying. But no, it's good. They're hard. They're gonna be real. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking about what to do. I didn't get the flop I wanted here. I've got one weenie. I've got a province that isn't that breakable, but I don't think it matters. And I could attack them and then use Curry Favor to unbow. So I guess I can attack. I can bow somebody with my stronghold. It's a military water conflict. On that. I see. Okay. So I think I defend. Yeah. Done. And no, it's a lot harder for him to win. Well, I guess he's still winning. But he has to give me Fate, perhaps. He gives it to Ring of Bear. Okay. I think I just pass here. I just pass. He's gonna have to add 4 military. I guess with Bonsai he could. Joseph Katana. public policy to bid him. So if he does 5, gets 6, give him 0 more honor. See if he gives me 4 honor. Yeah, sure. I'll go to 17 honor. Hey man, go for it. Okay, so yeah, he may discard Kazue, which would be pretty sad for me. But he might take the Voice of Honor because it's good. He might take the Katana because it helps me win. Yeah, he takes my Katana because it helps me win. Okay. So he's gonna take Centipede Tattoo. Okay, I'll pass. Because that doesn't actually help him here. He's gonna go to 5. Okay, it's still not quite breaking. He's got 5 cards in hand to my 6. He's gonna use Tattooed Wanderer with 0, I think, to break in. Pass. So he's gonna break Shameful. That's unfortunate, but whatever. I don't care that much. Okay. So I think I pass. I should. Guess it just depends on what he's in hand. If he has a fan, it's pretty bad for me. Okay. Alright, he knows that I have Kazue. I think we're gonna choose Void. Can't display a power. Yeah, I think it doesn't matter if he copies anybody. He's got no conflicts left. So, I have 5 cards in hand. Yeah, well, we'll go there. Okay, I'm good with that. he took a gamble. I don't know why he just drew one there. I just think he's not that experienced. But he took a gamble and he gave me 4 honor. So now I just have control of the game and I'm just using my towers. I'm putting myself in a really strong position for multiple turns where I'm going to try to turn on Voice of Honor and then crush him as much as I can. Okay. Fertile Fields. I will with the Void Ring. And he is a 3/3. And he does not bow if he loses. Military Void. Okay. So I charge in my Brash Samurai. Military Favor. Mostly just because I want a defender and I want to gain honor. need to attack him. Can I pass? He's going to attack me first. And I'm not going to defend a lot if it's military. So it's political fire. Which means
said crap.
Yeah,
There's a difference.
because I didn't realize.
Uh,
All right, dude. Interesting. Okay, hold on.
I,
I'm what?
I just got home. I'm in the
Nah,
bathroom right now, but
you just got home.
you-
That's
huh?
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I got home about 10 minutes ago or something.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
And I came back with things.
Oh yeah, what kind of things?
Well, all of my old RPG books for one that I
Nice.
had back in the day. I let John borrow them, or I let John hold on to them while I was moving. And now that I've got a means of transit, I went down and picked them up. Should have done
Nice.
that ages ago, really.
That's awesome. Cool. Cool.
Also got the last part of the expansion to Quarriors,
Okay, I like it.
and I got the. I'm not sure why, but Isaac decided to give me a gigantic Lego thing.
Nice, nice.
I'm not really sure why, but I have that now.
You know what you should make? You should make buildings for Warhammer and War Machine and Malifaux out of it.
I could make Necromunda buildings.
Yeah, totally. Or whatever the 40K one is, which is actually a pretty good game.
Yeah. I think I want to get the expansion book for Necromunda because apparently it has rules for 3D terrain, and if they are better than the ones in Shadow War, then I'd like to go with those.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, I think I can dig that. I also saw the new
Yeah,
Necromunda box set. Looks kind of cool,
yeah, yeah.
dude.
The only concern that I've got with the new Necromunda box set is that it is not like by default the game is not a 3D game. It's like it's all meant to be 2D. There's no elevation or anything.
Oh, that seems questionable.
It does, but there's an expansion book that has the rules for 3D terrain.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's like DLC,
Yeah, that's kind of
but like effectively all it does is it just means if you want all of it, it's 155 instead of 125,
right.
which
A
is
lot.
annoying. But you know,
Maybe I'll see if I can get the models for cheap online at some point.
and it all should be available separately. It's the rule books that I care about.
Yeah, but as long as one of us has those, it's good.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. If you wanted to split it like I don't know, 30, 35, 65. Do you think that's fair for the? Uh,
Let's just play L5R instead.
okay, that sounds good. Because like,
I
I mean,
mean,
you
you
can
know,
always get the metal minis for however much they cost.
yeah. I just don't. I don't want to pour any money into miniatures. I can use what I've got.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the thing. Right?
so I'm gonna do
You can
Kaiser.
always use what you got. If I need to see if the rulebook is available separately, that's what I need to do. Because I've also got different rulebook or models.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, Necromode's cool.
yeah. We'll work that out. Maybe I could just see if somebody has it and I can take a look at it.
Yeah,
Or alternatively, um, maybe it existing as a maybe it existing after Shadow War just killed the interest.
I don't know.
Possible.
Oh man, I could have just almost won.
Oh man.
Okay, dude, can I tell you about what I've been working with here?
Let me put you on speakerphone and then yes.
Okay, I've been playing Crane.
Okay.
And I've been playing Crane because I really want to help you, and I feel like the only way I can help you is to play Crane and figure out why I think they're good, and how I can help you figure out a style that works for you, but that is also good. Not
Okay.
that I mean, not that what you're doing isn't good, but it's not good against me, right? It's not working against me. And I found this deck that I would like you to help me tweak it, but I think it's pretty awesome, and I think it's pretty interesting. Okay, wait. He's first player right now. He's got Yokuni. He's got an enigmatic magistrate. I've got a really big board, and he's got 6 cards in hand to my 10.
Okay.
Oh man, if I've got 2 Voice of Honor, they're both turned on. I've got 2 for Shames. He's got Yokuni and an enigmatic magistrate. Man, I think I can do so. I think I can. I think I can noble sack him. And I've broken 3 provinces to his 1.
Hmm.
But he's playing with some kind of weird honor runner dragon deck, so this is.
Weird.
But he's. I mean, his stuff is still strong. Like this isn't the best test, but it kind of worked. Okay.
Yeah.
I've also got. I also just got a Kazue in my hand, and I'm tempted to put it on my Doji Challenger.
Wait, you're running the Kazue?
I'm running Kazue. I'm actually running 3. I'm running 3 Kazue, if I'm not
Oh my
mistaken.
gosh. Why?
Well, there's 2 reasons. The first of all is that Let Go is just. It's almost an essential card. It's just so important. And then the second reason is that it's fun. And the third reason is that it synergizes very well with Doji Challenger.
I mean, how?
Well, because Doji Challenger pulls somebody in, and then she steals a fate off of him with Kazue.
Yeah, I see.
And you have the Voice of Honors to protect it. So even the thing about Kazue is it's worth it. If you get it to use it once, it's worth it. If you get to use it twice, it's probably overpowered.
Does that cost 3 fate?
Yeah. But if you Voice of Honor to Let Goes, it's pretty good.
Uh, yeah. I don't know about that.
I mean, it works well in Scorpion. Hero A. There's a top 8 worlds deck built around it with Hero A.
Yeah, but you don't need any setup for Force Edict.
Yeah, it's more like the other thing is that no, that's true. You don't need a setup for. Well, you need some setup for Force Edict, but it's not as hard.
Right.
The other
It's
thing is though
like
is, but she's also a 3/3 for 3 that comes from her hand. It's actually really good. She's a good Voltron target. She's a good person to like. I had a crap flop in the beginning, but I got her in my first hand, so I just played her with 3 Fate, and she was good, unassassinatable, good
I
stuff.
I would think 2 is all right, but I don't know about the full 3.
I'm telling you, it's well, but you can discard copies of her to put Fate on her.
Not if you're using her as an attachment.
Yeah, but whatever. Oh, I see what you're saying because she might be around for a while. She might, yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I mean, I'm already dealing with a lot of dead cards in my hand when the situation isn't right. So
Okay,
I can't always turn the situation to my favor to make those cards usable.
all right.
The nice thing about having those dead cards, though, is that they're only dead for some of the game. So if I can't make it useful this turn, when I can make it useful next turn, I still have all those cards that I haven't spent because I don't.
Absolutely. We'll just dishonor Yokuni
Anyway,
and see what happens.
now that I've done this tournament, I'm going to change my deck again.
Okay.
I'm going to go for something completely different.
Would you be willing to test this deck that I've been working on? I've tweaked it some for like a few games.
Yeah, I'd be willing to test it. I'd be willing to try it.
I think it's pretty
Okay.
fun.
Um,
I think it could
and
be better.
I would also be willing to try other players. I'd also be willing to try a number of other things, I think. But I think the first thing
Okay, I linked you.
first thing I'd be willing to do
Okay.
is I want to build a proper honor run crane deck. And I want to try to win the honor prize at every tournament.
Nice. Yeah, that's kind of what this is. This is sort of an honor crane deck.
Is it gonna honor up better than Lion though? Because there's at least gonna be one Lion player there trying to do the same thing.
No, it's a turn DC. There's it's more of like a military, like it's like the inverse of Scorpion, where you just like kick their ass, and you just
Mhm.
constantly you threaten the honor victory from like turn 2 or 3 on.
Mhm. Okay.
Um, okay, this guy, I think he doesn't understand Crane that well. Okay, so we're gonna honor. Okay, so I honor the savvy politician, and she honors Kaizen. All right.
Mhm.
I figured out a bunch of you really what I like about Crane, and I think when you were successful with Crane, why you were successful with Crane.
Mhm.
Um, and I think it has to do with building a strong board state suddenly, and then having it last for a few turns. See, I've had Voice of Honor turned on the entire game from turn 2,
Okay.
and the way I've had it is that from turn 1 I bought one Doji Whisperer for 1 and then passed. And I just noble sacked his Yokuni with 3 Fate. That that's probably game because I have 3 strongholds to 3 provinces to his 1.
Yeah.
Noble Sack is such a powerful card, but it just takes you just have to like really play the long game because they remember it the first turn, like the second turn, the third turn, like it's a long time to think about it, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
And okay, so the reason that all of Crane's really good stuff costs 3, it's because they need to have personality stay around for 3 or 4 turns, like minimum 2, but really 3 or 4 is where you want to be.
Mhm.
Okay, I think I do fire. No, wait. I think I do water. Because that means if I win and he doesn't defend. Is that fine? Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So we just take all of them. Oh, wait. He's definitely going to defend because I'm going to make him defend. Does that
Mhm.
mean. I think it means I don't change anything, but I think I might as well go for the. I'm going to go for military. So I am attacking with 14 military skill. I'm attacking with an Honored Kaizen, a Doji Challenger with a Katana. Oh, I have to discard 3 cards. I actually don't care about that at all. Okay, I guess I'll discard Kazue. Way of the Chrysanthemum because I'm just gonna win. I don't need to win that and Noble Sacrifice because I don't think I'm gonna get to use it again. Interesting. He has Restoration on his stronghold. I think he's just an you're very anti-meta. I'm gonna say you're very counter-meta. I like it. This guy's funny. His deck is kind of strange. I think I'm doing better than I would have normally because he's playing not optimally. That guy, he does Daimyo's favor. I'm going to duel him and make him bow. And I've been won. Okay. So I made a video to show you this game.
Yeah.
Uh, most people run that in the 4 lower provinces. Um, and so then I break it, and he can't do anything about it. I don't think. And I didn't have to use my voice of honors because I'm playing dragon, and he didn't play a lot of events. Did he play? He played. Actually, didn't. There's one let go I could have countered, but then I was like, I don't think I really need to counter this, so I didn't. I probably should have. I have 14 honor. He has 17 honor. I could have easily won through honor this game if I'd made just a few different choices. But I
Mhm.
think this was the more reliable one because he. It depends.
Yeah. No sensor.
Okay. Um. So. Sorry, we're just saying GTWP. Let me finish. Okay, well, I guess I'll put this in advice. So, okay, what I found success with Crane is when I have. I'm gonna screenshot my uh, board state. Yeah, loving this deck. He just said, "Awesome Crane." By the way, Duelist Tactics. It's great. I think it's rare. I think it's kind of rare. So this is a Duelist Honor deck. I'm gonna. Can you look at the deck list with me?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay,
Oh, the
so
duelist honor deck. What? Oh, there is duelist training. Okay,
yeah, we have three
so
duelist
there
training.
are three different cards that create duels.
Yes,
Okay,
and
and three copies of
Kaizen
each.
is an absolute beast in this because you can give him the Kakita Blade, you can give him duelist training, he can send everybody else home and then bow that other person.
Mm-hmm.
Super good. And you know, an
Yep.
honored Kaizen has 7 military, and you gain an honor every time you do it. If you give him 2 Kakita Blades, that's 9 military with 2 honor every time, or the first time anyway.
Right.
So the other
And
thing,
you got an honored Kaizen with Kazue.
well, the problem with Kazuya is they just don't block. I think it's better on the challenger because the challenger can force them to block.
That's true.
So you put it on the challenger surprisingly when it's your second player and take a fate from them. Then you become first player, you attack. Actually, even when you're second player, you can still draw them in even if they're bowed,
Mhm.
even on your second attack. So yeah, so you just try to make them take an entire turn where they put no fate on anything.
Yeah.
And you only play it as an attachment if, and honestly, you could totally go 2 Kazuya, 3 Let Go. It's probably better, honestly.
Yeah. I also want to add one more bit to keep.
No way. No way. One is perfect. I mean, you do whatever you want with the deck. You change it, you take everything
Well,
out,
okay,
cut it
listen to this
apart.
again. You get Kaizen in there, and you have him challenge somebody, and then everybody else goes home, and then you play a mid defeat.
Oh, that is really good.
That is a guaranteed province if he's got anything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but what are you going to take out?
um, I mean that's a good question. Probably Curry Favor. I don't think it's
No.
actually what.
Oh my god. It's so good, Andrew. It's so good. It's so much better than I give it credit for. Like, I honestly almost want to run 3 of it. So I took out Yoshi. I took out Shizue. I took out the Imperial Favor mechanics. I just don't feel like it's reliable enough.
Mm-hmm.
And Curry Favor is really good because when you go first, it allows you to attack twice and then defend. And your guys tend to be really big and beefy because they're honored. They've got 2 fate. They've got a couple of attachments. They're like 3/5s. They're like 5/7s. So they're really, really good at attacking and then defending.
Hmm.
So I really, really like Curry Favor. I'd totally try it. I think
It works on your second conflict is the thing.
it doesn't matter when you're first player. That's good enough.
I guess.
And you can use it to deny people the favor fairly well because you should be taking rings. You're like pretty good at fighting people, so you should be taking rings. So that means if you take 2 rings and you leave him unbowed, that's minimum 4 glory because most of your good characters are 2s. I mean, you know,
Hmm.
Phoenix can compete with that, but not very many people can compete with that. This deck does run a copy of the
Okay.
Imperial Palace.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah. I can see it. I'll tell you what. What about going to 41?
Sure, go ahead. You do whatever you want with the deck, man. I think what I want to change. I do like that. That is good. And Kaizen, since you want to take Kaizen here anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty good. Yeah, and so you still have, and I just fight for the firing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I fight for the firing almost all the time, and the void ring I fight for a lot, and water I fight for a lot. I want earth, but I usually don't seem to. But the cool thing about the deck is, okay, here's how the deck works. You bid 5 first or second turn,
Mm-hmm.
and or second turn. You just want to get a bunch of cards in your hand, so you have options. And then if they bid with you, then on turn 3 you bid 1. And hopefully they bid 5 again. And you've at this point you've got one of your way of the chrysanthemums. Now, I put it down to 2 because when you have all 3 in your hand and you're down to the point where you're both bidding 1, it sucks. And I didn't like having 3 in my hand when I couldn't use any of them because my opponent just never bid anything but 1.
I think that three of them is definitely a mistake.
But 2 is really good because you only need that 1 where you get 8 honor, and
Yeah.
then for the rest of the game, even if you bid 5 and they bid 1, like you're gaining honor because as the game goes on, Crane gains a lot of honor if you're using, you know, your brash samurai. If you're getting a couple of storytellers out, if you're getting, you know, if you're getting your savvy politicians and honoring them.
Don't actually honor anyone.
Well, first of all, you're playing against Scorpion.
Don't keep your honor.
Play against other clans. You'll honor people.
No, I mean like I just played like 4 games where I didn't play against Scorpion once, and it was, let me tell you, it was great.
Oh yeah.
But like, I mean, the storyteller is great. I do like the storyteller.
Storyteller's great
What
sometimes.
what you want for that is a savvy politician and rash samurai and anyone else, and then you also play Way of the Crane, and you go for a military attack, and then you honor the politician, and then you get three honored people. You got a storyteller out. Both of them die. You gain two honor and draw two cards. That's what you want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The art is the storyteller's not always good. Like when it's good, it's pretty good. And
Mhm.
okay, here's another thing. I do a lot of getting one or two weenies on turn one. I want to go into turn two with at least four fate, and preferably five, because I want to get. So with Crane, you want to establish a really strong board state that you're going to use your hand to honor, and then you want to keep it around so that you can dominate the board. It's you're like saying like these two turns I'm going to own you because I'm going to have two honored monsters running around, or these three
Mhm.
turns, and I'm going to have control of the Void Ring. I'm going to have control of the Fire Ring because I built up a huge board state. Like most
Mhm.
decks, for if you're getting ideally you're getting like on turn two you want to be getting like a doji. You want to go first, get a doji challenger with two fate, and get a an Asami with two fate or a Kaizen with two fate,
Mhm. Yeah.
and then you want to honor them both with Wave the Crane and Court Games respectively. Because it's turn two and you've drawn 14 cards, so it's very possible to have. Or you want to honor one of them with the Ring of Fire and honor the other. You honor one with the Wave the Crane and then use it to get the Ring of Fire and honor the other one. Now they're both honored for like three turns, and you can just stop them because so few decks can keep up with that pace really early in the game.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
also be
Yeah. I
bowing them
mean,
with duelist training.
and that does seem to be about when I'm actually doing well.
And when you use duelist training, if so you can always keep up, and so right, so you
I
get five
noticed that
cards.
there's no political pumps in here. It's all force pumps. It's all military pumps.
I mean, you've got enough political. You've got a lot of dudes that have like three political for one, or like five political for three.
Yeah, that's true.
Just play a
Like
couple.
there's
Just play a couple of games with it and see what it feels like. It felt really good last game, really good.
I'm gonna make a couple of tweaks. I'm probably gonna go to 41 in the conflict, but I will play it.
Yeah, yeah,
I will
totally.
play.
Do whatever you think. I totally see where you're coming with the admit defeat. But that's the thing I found is just defend the first turn because it's not a friend who got top four in packs pointed out to me. Um, you attacking on the first turn is very low value
Mhm.
because there's no fate on rings. And if you're the first player, second turn, ideally there's three fate on rings, so you get it both. If you're the second player, ideally there's four fate or two fate on rings, so that you get either one or both.
Mhm.
So not attacking on the first turn, especially if you go second, can be really powerful.
Mhm. I
And you
can see
just
it.
defend to save money, and then have a really explosive second turn. And then if you get your way of the chrysanthemum, bid one third turn and try to get that eight honor spike. Because as you get a bunch of
All right.
honor from all your honored guys dying, and you get
I
it
have to ask you though. What is the Mia Mystic for?
because I got so fucked by pacifism and Cloud the Mind and stuff. I just like I can't deal with this shit. Like I need.
Mm.
I guess I've let go in there now, so maybe I can get rid of the Mia Mystic. You can totally get rid of it,
Uh,
but I didn't
like
have.
that, man.
I just it's like there's so many good attachments. I just don't even want to think about when I start hitting spyglasses and watch commanders and all this like
Mhm.
and reprieve all this bullshit, man. It's just so bad.
Yeah.
So I was just like, whatever, I'll take
What
it.
if it's what about going to like one Mia Mystic, three let go, and then oh
Yeah,
jeez, I don't
no,
know what else to put in for it though.
no, you could totally put in a third Asami, and I almost want the guest of honor. Oh, another thing I realized about I want to go up to three guest of honors because
Mhm.
first of all, you can charge them in. I put charge in this deck. I think it's pretty important. I actually like to go up to three, but I didn't. Um, that
That's a defense base for that.
when you're doing Scorpion, when you're playing Scorpion, you want to play your Way of the Crane in your court games. You want to like attack with a guest of honor and some other useful things, and then honor them when I can't do anything about it.
Hmm.
Right?
Okay.
Like when I was playing in Scorpion, my first game with a slightly different deck, but I totally just played all my shit during a guest of honor thing. I was like, what are you gonna do about it? Good luck.
Yeah.
It was good.
Hmm. All right. Yeah, I'll build this deck.
Dude, this
Maybe
deck
I'll
is so
play it
much
on
fun.
Tuesday or something.
I think this deck is super fun. It
Maybe
probably
I'll play it tomorrow on TTS.
I think it'll get better as time goes on. I think there's probably a policy debate is really good for it. It gives it you have a lot of control in this deck. You've got policy debate, you've got voice of honor, you've got noble sacrifice. I mean, it's
Hmm.
like you have a lot of ways to like deal with stuff. I
Yeah.
really kind of want Cloud the Mind, but I just don't think that there's room for it.
Hmm. All right.
Yeah, I think you're right. One Meme Mystic is better.
Because like there's a lot of Shigenjas in here, but there's no reason to have Shigenjas in there with this particular setup.
I also really want favorable ground in this. And it's like, I think he put Artisan Academy and Imperial Storehouse in originally. Imperial Palace. He was doing a heavy. I mean, oh man, the Imperial Favor is good. Like, the Imperial Palace is not a terrible thing to have. Um, but he doesn't have any favorable grounds. I love favorable grounds.
Silver Grounds is amazing.
I don't. I love.
Yeah.
I, I think I'm gonna take out the storehouses and the palace and put in favorable grounds. I like them. They are good. But I think for my playstyle, I think probably the favorable grounds is better.
Yeah.
Especially with Doji Challenger being like the thing I want to see the most.
Hmm.
Kaizen and the Challenger are the things I want to see.
Yeah. Without having any particular like reason to take the favor, um, without having anything to use the favor for other than the +1, I think that it's not really worth having stuff in there that's specifically there to get the favor.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if instead of Hotaru you were running
Yoshi.
Yoshi, then it would be worth it.
Yeah, but
Then it's like
I just think
favor all day.
I think Yoshi's kind of a trap because in Phoenix it works really well because you do have a bunch of kind of like they're not useless but not great and they have high glory and you can pump it even higher. So it's really easy to just like buy a cheap
Mhm.
dude and not bow it. And
Yeah.
at Scorpion you get to take it for free. So it's like, yeah, I can run Censure. But I feel like in other factions like they're all about equally good at getting stuff. Like not totally, Crane are a little bit better, but they're not a lot better than other people, I don't think.
Yeah.
So it feels like a little bit of a trap because he's not really good enough. He's like got a blank text box the rest of the time. He's not really good enough to pay 5 for like 3 turns. Like he's good, but
Well, the thing is, I use him instead of Hotaru when I do use him, and the main reason why is because Hotaru's text box is blank like half the time.
Hartaro is really really good when she's good. She's
She's really good when she's
phenomenal.
good, but like, okay, so the main thing is like, um, Yoshi basically said, I don't care about the making stuff cheaper. The thing that I care about is that he draws me 3 cards.
Yeah,
That's
but
super important in a deck where I'm trying to bid one.
he doesn't always draw you 3. And the thing is, if you've been bidding 1, he probably doesn't draw you 3 cards.
That's also probably true.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like Phoenix get the favor without a lot of effort, and so do Scorpion some of the time.
Hmm.
But I think everybody else is working really hard, mostly to get it, either to deny the censure, or to turn on their own censure, or to
Yeah.
deny Yuka Kiyoshi. Obviously, like it's like maybe they struggle a lot harder for the Imperial favor.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think Yoshi's there quite yet. Like the way Crane is now, it doesn't seem right to me. And Hotaru is really good, man. Like especially for honor runners, Hotaru is really good.
Hmm.
Think about this, right? What's better? I draw 3 cards, or you discard 2 random cards and I draw 2 cards. Now, granted, Yoshi can do 1 and 1, but with Hotaru, you have like a really good reason and a pretty good. And like, if you honor Hotaru, she's just a monster.
Yeah.
Like, she's so hard to
The
deal with.
concern that I've got is that so much of the time, like, Hotaru is also the number one target for stuff to get rid of,
I
or stuff to just like make the the like just all of the shitting on goes on Hotaru.
Yeah, that's true, but I think what okay, the way that I've been playing the deck, and I think like what happens to you is a lot of the time you just get wrecked in the early game.
Mhm.
And I think the idea is to draw a lot of cards and be resilient in the early game, so that they've already tried to use their removal, and you both kind of are at lower cards in your hand, and then you play Hotaru on like turn 3 or 4. And if you just see her before
Mhm.
that, you're just like, yeah, whatever, and you stitch her. I mean, maybe save her, but probably not. Like, she's not important to the deck. It's just like if you play her at the right time, she's backbreaking.
Mhm.
And I actually like, I mean, honestly, I'd like to run above question in this deck. I just don't know what I'd take out.
Yeah, I can
But,
see it.
I mean, above question is great and protects
Mhm.
Hotaru from a lot of stuff. Yeah, and that's another thing. You can also another thing is you can save your let goes in Voice of Honor. Like it's so easy to use them, but I think in Crane it's not so much about using your superior strength. It's about understanding when to use the things for maximum effect.
Yeah, I find myself not using things a lot of the time when it would be so easy, but it's like it doesn't help, right? It's like it doesn't actually help me here, and it's like if you do it wrong, yeah, I don't know.
Also, don't forget anytime you see a savvy politician, you should be looking. Do I have Noble Sacrifice in hand? Because she is literally custom built for Noble Sacrifice.
Hmm.
I love sacrificing politicians.
Yeah.
You know, she like the Brash Samurai is also custom built for Noble Sac, but the savvy politician is like I feel like she's even more. She's just like use me, use me.
Yeah.
Also, he had different. So I've tweaked this deck some. He had different. I like this. Oh, another thing is okay. We could probably get the Mia Mystic out altogether actually because we're running Let Go, and because Frostbitten Crossing
Hmm.
deals with Cloud the Mind really well.
It really does.
Like obviously you don't want to use it on your people with that are Voltroned up, but I feel like a
Hmm.
lot of the time they'll try to, you know, you'll have let go for some of those things, and then the rest of the time it'll be on like your your guest of honor, and you're not going to Voltron him.
Hmm.
Probably ideally, you really want to Voltron Challenger and Kaizen. Representative is also pretty good because you can dual. You can if you put double duels training on her, you can double duel people and then go home. I think she's a pretty good target too. That's what's so good about your deck is it's probably your three best. Like guest of honor is sort of best, but in terms of like functionally for actually doing stuff, your three best personalities are all cost 3.
Hmm. Which is just in that sweet spot where it's good enough, good enough to not get assassinated, but cheap enough to still be not that bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I totally can like, if I mean, I feel like Doji representative with 3 fate on turn 1 is like not a terrible buy. Like in most factions, I would not do that. But in
Hmm.
Crane, especially if you can honor her, it's like it feels pretty good.
Hmm.
I don't know though. I still also really like I like having a weenie or 2 weenies.
Yeah.
Like I really like having like a Doji Whisper. Man, you only have two one
Well,
costs, don't you?
I'm only annoyed that the one cost dudes that I get, like, okay, so one of the one cost dudes is a 0/3 that's kind of pretty good, right? The other one that I get is a 0/0 that's not a courtier.
That's true. You know what
That's like
we could take her out and we could put in Sepun Guardsman
or
courtiers.
Otomo courtier.
And you already have a lot of political defense. And I mean, the only thing you need courtier for is for shame.
I actually do want to keep the artisan in though because it is so good with like anything that tries to compare. Um, it's so good with policy debate.
Why? Oh, because you can bow out from outside of combat.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is really. It's a lot of stats for not very much.
Yeah, it's effectively the same stats as a as a Whisperer, but it just can't be doing it by itself.
Right. Which is, I think I primarily put it in there both because it's kind of flexible, but also because it's really good as a one drop for getting the favor. You're just like, you know what? I'm not gonna defend. I'm just gonna get the favor.
I've used it that way. Now, granted, that particular turn I managed to get the favor anyway, so felt a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, the
But
weird thing is, check this out. No Steward of Law. That let that blow your mind.
I was noticing that, and I can understand why.
Dude, Steward is
There's just
awesome.
not enough room in the fate deck.
Steward is so good though. Oh,
It really is.
yeah. You could do other Dragon Splashes. I think another reason I put Kazuya in there is just like, well, I want to build a deck that I think that is fun, I think is good, and that I think Andrew will enjoy too. And I was like, well, how can I want to Splash Dragon, but Andrew will never agree to that. It's way too meta. And I was like, well, what if I put Kazuya in? I mean, it's got the Challenger in it, right? He'll be like, whoa, a Kazuya deck? That's crazy. I want to play a Kazuya deck.
I wouldn't say that's where my train of thought went, but yes, it works.
It's pretty fun. The thing is, it's like a Johnny, right? Or what's the one? No, it's a Timmy. No, it's a Johnny. It's a
Johnny is
Johnny.
the combo. Okay, so Timmy is the power gamer. So Timmy just wants to play things like Hida Kisada.
I mean, Togashi Kazuya is the Hida Kasada of attachments.
Uh,
It's
I
the
don't know
most
about that,
expensive attachment in the game.
but is it really?
Yeah, costs 3.
Oh, yeah. All the other expensive ones are two.
Yup.
Okay, yeah. Um, but like, uh, Timmy wants to play the clan champ every game, right?
Right.
Timmy's the one that wants to play not only Hida Kasada, he also wants to play Yasuki Tono.
Right. Right.
Yasuki, what's his name?
He doesn't play Crane because it's not good to play Hotaru and Yoshi.
And he plays all of the Berserkers with all of the force pumps.
No, he probably plays Dragon for Yokuni plus the new champ that doesn't bow when you have the Imperial favor.
Yeah, that's what I faced in my last round.
So brutal.
It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's
Mhm.
Crane don't mind her so much though because you can pull her into defensive challenges and then she bows.
Yeah, well, I didn't get a single doji challenger that whole game. So,
Oh, lame.
yeah.
You can also duel her with duelist training in Bower.
Yeah. When I'm running duelist training, that might be a good thing.
I think that's what makes this list cool. Is it like has like a lot of options and a lot of ways to affect the board. Like between Kaizen and the Challenger, and the duelist trainings. Like it
I
has a
do
lot.
like the idea of a doji challenger with duelist training and a Kikita blade and a katana.
That would be you.
Yeah. And Kazuya, of course.
Yeah, you totally had that. You built that deck. It just didn't work that well. But I found this deck on Five Rings DB, and I was like, okay, it's kind of interesting.
Hmm.
And I said I'm going to start playing it, and I really didn't like his provinces, so I changed those first, and then I've tweaked it.
Yeah.
I've tweaked it. He had Phoenix for display of power in the kimono, which it is actually pretty good, but I just feel like the let go is just too important because Cloud the Mind is
Yeah,
so
I've
brutal.
actually been having a lot of fun running public forum.
Public form's okay, but the thing is like, I mean, I like entrenched position for my stronghold basically, and then I like having like Frostbitten Crossing isn't the most punishing, but its utility is so strong, and it denies a lot of early breaks if they don't get bonsai, because a lot of early breaks if you don't get bonsai are dependent on katanas.
Mm-hmm.
And Fertile Fields obviously gives me, so I'm planning on bidding low at least at some points in the game. So then Fertile Fields is really good card
You
draw.
really want to do drop cards, yeah.
Meditations is almost a blowout sometimes if they like get like somebody really big, like a Niten Master with 2 Fate, like hitting with Meditations and then hitting it with Void can win you the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Meditations is like so good when it's good. It's pretty good, and obviously Shameful Display is just so good for Crane. I'm not saying Pilgrimage is bad, but I just think that the auto Noble Sacrifice setup is just too strong to ignore.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so I don't want, and you can't have public forum on your strongholds. So then I don't want to switch out my entrenched position. That's why I'm doing
Yeah,
it
I
that
can
way.
see it. My current setup is similar, but instead of entrenched position, I'm running public forum, and instead of meditations, I'm running rally the cause.
Right. Yeah, there's nothing
Which,
wrong with that. I think it
yeah, like
depends.
rally the cause is a great stronghold province, and I've all like against Phoenix, I put shameful on my stronghold because if they start getting there, I can start screwing up their board. Um,
Hmm.
and that can be enough to save me for several turns. Um, if I if I'm against most people, I put the rally the cause up there just because most people have a very specific setup they want to go for. If they're attacking political, they're attacking political. If they're attacking military, they're attacking military.
I'd say that's not
Um,
as true of Dragon and Phoenix.
not as true of Dragon and Phoenix. That's why Phoenix gets shameful display, and that's why
Hmm.
Dragon
Oh, right, right.
gets Frostbitten Crossing.
Oh my god, that's so smart.
And that's what I did against the Dragon player who had a Pathfinder's Blade.
Of course he did. That's why you run 3 let go.
Yeah. Well, not when I'm splashing Lion.
Right. Pathfinder Blade is just too good.
Yeah.
And let go is basically the only way to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I kind of like that actually. Alright, I'll try that. I don't want to get rid of meditations though.
I mean, Meditations is really good. And I could totally see swapping out Rally the Cause because, like, yeah, it's not going to work every time.
No, I mean
But,
Rally's great when it's great.
yeah. But, like, um, yeah, the hard, like, the thing is, like, Crane is actually pretty good at defending military and political.
Mhm.
Like, their stronghold makes politicals easy to defend, but they're actually pretty good at defending anything. Um, like, they're halfway decent at it, I should say.
What is
They have,
public forum really getting you?
basically, it's like one more turn of delay before they get to the stronghold. If they reveal public forum, then that's basically a wasted attack. And if I can defend it, then that's another wasted attack. They're probably just going to go after the other three,
Hmm.
which means that I'm getting the effects of all the other three provinces that I put down there.
There's there's two problems I have with public forum. The
Hmm,
first is if they have a Pathfinder Blade, it's basically just a blank strength 3 province.
that's true.
And a Pathfinder Blade is probably going to be pretty common because there are a lot of really,
Well, among
like,
anybody splashing crab,
I mean, I
not everybody
think you're
doing
just
that.
going to see a lot of crab slash because think about Feast or Famine, man. It's just
I'm going to
so.
see a lot of crab splash in Dragon, I think.
I think you're going to see a lot of crab slash in general.
I think every other clan or most other clans have better things to run.
I mean, honestly, if let go weren't such a thing, I'd say you should splash grab.
Hmm.
And then you get reprieve. You get Pathfinder's Blade. Reprieve is great in your deck because you put two or three fade on a challenger, you Voltron it up, and then 3 turns later it's gonna die, and you just reprieve it, and you're just like, this is totally worth a card in my hand.
Hmm.
But Let Go is really good. It's so good.
Yeah,
And
let go is the answer to the crab splash.
Yeah, yeah, and it's also the answer to Cloud the Mind, and it's also the answer to Pacifism, which some Phoenix players running is really obnoxious.
Yeah, it's enough to make me wish I could run 6 of them.
I mean, that's what you. I had 3 Mia Mystics and 3 Let Goes in here, and Frostbitten Crossing.
Yeah, it might be worth it to keep the Mia Mystic just for that.
It might be. Right
Yeah.
now, I'm not sure. I'm looking. I took out the storytellers
Mhm.
because I added guest of honor and a third Asami. So now I'm like, okay, I don't want to like. It doesn't work when I get too many expensive things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Man, I mean, I do like public forum. And you are good at racing people. You're gonna pretty do that mid game is gonna be really strong, I think.
Hmm.
Like turn three, should turns two, three, four should be like the
Yeah.
really strong turns.
I would say both the games that I just won today were probably won because of Public Forum.
Okay, I mean I'll try it. I'll try it. I'll see how it feels.
I mean, the thing is that if you're going to do that, though, you need a different province to put on the stronghold because, like, Meditations is not a good stronghold province.
No, yeah, yeah. I think you run rally.
And Shameful only works against like maybe half the board.
I think Shameful is only against Phoenix. That's the only clan that cares about it. Like a lot of their
Yeah.
power is tied to like honored giants.
Hmm. Well, it works against Lion because a lot of their people require honor,
Yeah, but
or at least have honor.
it's three
I mean,
province
it's not
strength.
good against Lion, but it works against Lion. Um, it works against Dragon because their best people have 2 and 3 uh, glory. But again, it's not great against Lion because they're not relying on that glory to actually crack provinces. They're relying on attachments.
Right.
Um,
You mean dragon, right?
yes, I mean Dragon.
The other problem
Um,
is it's strength three, and you can
that is
only
a
use it
problem.
once per turn. They get two conflicts per turn.
Hmm. Yeah, and that is a problem. So
But I think,
I agree. I think it probably only works against Phoenix.
yeah, I think Frostbitten crossing against dragon is really smart. I think that's really good. And you
Hmm.
just gotta get rid of the like. You've got to make sure. And they're gonna use their pathfinders on public forum. They're gonna use it on shameful display. You're gonna chuckle inside because you're like, I don't care, because I'm gonna let go your third one, and then you're gonna hit frostbitten crossing, and then we'll see who's laughing then.
Yeah.
So that's not so bad. You just accept. Well, it sucks that I have a bunch of strength three provinces, but they were gonna break them anyway, right?
Hmm. Yeah. Um,
I guess
and it's like
I'll try that.
maybe one day I can run a set of all fives, and that'd be nice. But until then,
I think I'm gonna put the Mia Mystics back in. I mean, is there
yeah,
anything that's really better? The Sepun Guardsmen are kind of interesting. The Kabuki Hero is not terrible, but I just don't think the deck really needs it.
yeah. But Kabuki Hero is not good.
I think it's
I've been
fine.
trying it for a while, and it's like it costs an extra fate to do its ability. It's great when it works, but it's such a Rube Goldberg machine. You just don't want people to require that much setup.
I didn't realize it required a Fate. Oh, okay. I don't like
It
that
does.
nearly as much.
Yeah. No, it's just all these extra things that it takes to make it work, and it's just not worth.
I don't miss Narishma at all. He's not terrible, but he's part of like the Iron Crane deck that will someday exist.
Yeah. I like him in a cheap mini deck because it lets me buy 5 people a turn. But I don't really have enough people to make that viable most of the time, or I don't have enough fate to make that viable most of the time. So I don't know. But every time I've used him, it's been I don't know. It hasn't necessarily been useful because I've flipped over a 4 cost guy, but it's like I'm glad I knew about that. And anyone that he flips over, you can decide, oh, okay, I'll just discard those guys then
Right,
and dig through to find something else.
right, totally.
It's basically the equivalent of a staging ground.
Except that the deck is different. This deck doesn't make as much use of Narishma as Lion does of Staging Ground. Like, it's not bad,
Well, yeah,
but
I mean, okay, so if I had. So Crane needs to get a 0 cost guy, and Crane needs to get another 1 cost guy, and then we could run like Lion. Lion, of course, is going to get better since then because they've now got that dude that discards the favor to bring 2 guys into play. But, um, you know, if in a future expansion we just get one 0 cost guy and one more 1 cost guy, I don't even care what they